Welcome to the pilot of Anchors Away,
an activist news show, an alternative to the ABC and NBC.
Yo, you forgot the P.
BS news that's on.
Every AM, every PM, on every TV, in every living room from coast to coast.
With those guys telling you that everything is under control and don't worry.
Yeah, be happy, or making you feel like it's totally out of your control so that there's nothing in the world that you could possibly do about it.
With this show, we will introduce you to some ways that people all over the country are making a different kind of news.
And we will explain how deep dish gets to you, baby. But first, let me introduce ourselves. I'm Tom Poole from Not Channel Zero. They call me Not Uncle Tom, and this is my partner.
What's up, B? Home Slice. My name is George Sosa, also known as the Media Wilder. Also work with Not Channel Zero, the Revolution Televised. We'll tell you more about that later. First, Sister Mei Ying gon' kick it.
I'm Mei Ying, and I'm from Paper Tiger.
Hey, I'm Jocelyn Taylor from House of Color Video and Diva TV. I'm here, I'm queer, and I'm on television.
Yo, speak on it.
And I'm Mary Feaster, and I'm also from the Paper Tiger TV Collective.
And we all work with groups that produce independent video, dealing with a variety of issues that usually the mainstream media won't get anywhere near, not even with a 10-foot transponder. Censorship, anyone?
Yeah,
a little anyway.
Those networks are out of our control. Who controls them? Who owns them? Who do Peter, Tom, Ted, and Dan work for? Who are their bosses? A picture is worth 1,000 words, so take a look at one of the network's board of directors. Do I look out of place here? You're not going to find someone like me on their board of directors, and you're not going to find any videos that I've produced on any of their major networks. You know, you've got some representation of women and people of color as anchors on major networks, but they're totally whitewashed by mainstream control. You know, when's the last time you saw somebody with dreads on a major network as an anchor? When's the last time you saw an out lesbian? You know, or how about if I join your club, your board of directors?
You know, they say that their brand of journalism is objective, but hey, remember how they covered the war? How they packaged it like a made-for-TV movie or a video game? We saw lots of this high-tech weaponry, and we heard lots of Pentagon spokespeople.
Tom tried to convince us that we were satisfied with one of those polls.
In our poll, most voters say that they believe the Pentagon has been open enough. Only a quarter think that the military has been withholding information.
He did not tell us that NBC is owned by General Electric, one of the largest military contractors in the world. And Dan pleaded innocent by blaming the military in the extraordinary conditions of wartime reporting.
We are bringing you as best we can all the news, but we hope you understand much of it is controlled, sometimes tightly controlled by military and political sources on all sides.
But Dan, even during so-called peacetime, you're still controlled.
Remember, information is power, and it is very difficult to act when the information that you're getting is incomplete or confusing.
It's been on again, off again, and then on again, now off again, and then on again, now off again. I think I got the sequence right there.
Some of the missiles were of the nerve gas variety.
Nerve gas may have been used by the Iraqis.
We're getting conflicting reports.
No chemical weapons whatsoever. No nerve gas.
As many as 20 missiles.
8 Scud missiles had conventional warheads.
As many as 20 missiles.
Did not have conventional warheads. We therefore can confirm now that 8 ballistic missiles. We can confirm that the number is 8.
We know that then 6 Scud missiles hit.
Bang, there was a large bang.
Iraq's Scud missiles will teach America a lesson. cruise-type missiles called the Tomahawk will teach Iraq's Scud missiles a lesson.
Guys, break it down.
The Pentagon is also confirming that
1 Scud missile.
7 Scud missiles.
This is the CBS Evening News. Dan Rather reporting. Good evening. We're going to take a break for a commercial just now. We're sorry about that. I had a bit of an interruption here in the broadcast.
TV is being held captive. It is our mission to liberate it. We're taking control of our TV sets and taking control of our lives.
The Pentagon has its air war, but now the people are waging war against the air that lies to them. As I look across the streets, for once I can see the truth on ABC.
Was spent on the demonstration in Washington, none on San Francisco, and almost 2 minutes was spent on a very tiny demonstration of pro-war demonstrators in Staten Island. And it was typical. And there is a huge anti-war feeling in this country, but you would never know it from watching ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, or any of those stations.
Yo, what's up? The Meteor Wilder again from Not Channel Zero. We want to tell you a little bit about what happened during the Persian Gulf War. Basically, we tied yellow ribbons to our camcorders and even recruited Africans for the troops. I'm joking, man.
I thought so, my brother. Because what we really did, this is not Uncle Tom. Let me tell you what we really did. We went out and we were really trying to get the feelings of the community, okay? So we went to rallies, we talked to people on the street, and we dealt with what, the false things the media was portraying about our people.
Before we go on, we want to give a shout out to the NTZ posse, Sorrel, Joan, Jackie, Michelle, Mark, Rise and Shine, and all the folks who've helped NTZ along the way. Peace, y'all.
The United States government, everywhere the United States goes, Panama, Grenada, inside this country, blacks, Latino people, people of color, are always the ones that are catching hell from the United States government. That's why I'm here. I'm in opposition to that.
It's like the media says to you, this is scripted for you, and this is what you're supposed to focus on, and you focus on this and nothing else, and don't question this, don't challenge this, and this is all fine and dandy. So be upset at the enemy overseas so you don't have to think, and be unified against that enemy, so now you don't have to think about racism, and you don't have to think about gender discrimination, you don't have to think about discrimination against homosexuals, and you don't have to think about AIDS, because now there's this enemy outside of us, and now we can all pretend to be one big happy American family.
But how long can we go on pretending, especially when even network TV springs an occasional leak, as it did in the case of the police beating of Rodney King? Chief Gates of the LAPD said that he couldn't tell from this tape whether or not unnecessary force was being used, and even if it was, that such conduct was an aberration. Did you know that citizens in Los Angeles have been complaining about police brutality for years? Despite this, the TV networks have done little to investigate the issue. Community TV producers, on the other hand, have been following the issue. Michael Zinzin of Pasadena, California, has been producing programs about police brutality and showing home video footage as evidence since 1988 on his local public access channel.
Police violence is in fact on the rise. We're having a rash of police actions which involve misconduct on the part of officers, which is becoming visible on videotape and otherwise, mainly because people are tired of putting up with it. The police violence we see at this point is a direct result of the failed policies of particularly Chief Daryl Gates and others who reflect on what he has done to resolve a crisis to which they are not a solution. They have stepped up their crackdown on gangs and on the black community. They have taken to jail somewhere near 6,000 people during these gang sweeps, and we have seen no decrease in the violence throughout their assault. But yet you see Chief Daryl Gates in the middle of the night with his cap on riding the front of the batter ram through houses, all symbolism, but really not any way a solution.
Yeah. I'm not going to ask you again. Leave. Are you going to hit me too? No, but I will take you to jail.
The footage you have just seen is not only evidence of police brutality, but also attests to the growing use of home video cameras, not in the home, but out in the streets, to record the struggles, hopes, and aspirations of local communities.
I heard that the major TV network are going the same way than the dinosaur. Well, I believe I miss a dinosaur much more than I will miss the TV news network.
How do I feel when I'm watching network news? I feel like I'm wasting my time.
Many towns around the U.S. have public access channels which offer training and equipment to community residents who want to learn how to make their own television shows. Access producers often design their programs so that they are interactive with the viewing audience. At Somerville Community Access Channel in Massachusetts, deaf producers directed an international teleconference. Deaf viewers were able to call in questions and comments to the program's guests on the TV station's TTY telephones. Many other access channels provide training in TV production for physically disabled producers. On this show at CTV in Staten Island, New York, access producers field viewers' calls on the serious environmental problems facing their community. So camcorders plus public access plus satellites equals Deep Dish TV satellite network. Here's an explanation of how Deep Dish gets to you. It starts with hundreds of producers and activists using camcorders in public access facilities all over the country and the world, documenting what's going on in their communities. They send their tapes to regional coordinators, each located in different parts of the country. In the future, we hope to develop ongoing regional news bureaus. Anyway, the coordinators edit the tapes that they get into programs. They send these to the Deep Dish Central Office, which is located in New York City. We take the programs and turn them into 1-inch transmission masters. We send these to the uplink facility, which beams up the program to a satellite orbiting over 20,000 miles over the Earth in a geostationary pattern. It beams it back down to Earth in a pattern called a footprint. Most people or groups with dishes can get the Deep Dish signal free and unscrambled. Or, if you don't have a dish, you can find it on some PBS stations. Or you can call your cable company and ask them to program it on your public access channel, which then goes through a cable in the ground to your home, to your eyes, to your brain. Deep Dish is
starting a new project, a news project that turns network news inside out.
We'll feature reports from all over on direct actions showing what people are doing to defend their rights.
To healthcare, to housing, to fair working conditions.
Using street theater, civil disobedience, poetry, music, and most of all, their imaginations.
To win social justice.
So check it out.
Excuse me. Come on, people, let's go.
Hello. Present you with something, and I think we could do that, okay? You have something...
We want to talk?
Are you
Mr. Ferrer?
Yes.
Hi. We're members of the AIDS Coalition to Unleash Power.
You can be seated if you like.
I have something to give
you.
We're actually declaring today as a day of desperation here in New York City, and we are the members of the Latino Caucus. We're basically here to put your office on notice and to present you with a diploma of negligence, which actually we're awarding to you in the spirit for the reason that you haven't done.
What are you doing directly in the community? You can sit up here and you can push paper and you can talk about what you feel, but who's coming right into the community where it's needed?
When 1 out of 17 Latinos on the east side of Harlem has the AIDS virus. This is a fact. That's why I'm out here, because I can also be one of those. And the city is not doing nothing, the government's not doing nothing. People are not dying from AIDS, they're dying from this system, neglect and lack of care. They spend $1 billion a day for a war, right? You know, in 3 months able to feed, clothe, shelter a whole bunch of troops to fight an oil war, when we have a war right here in our streets that we're losing. So who's gonna really be the winner of this Gulf War? When right at home here, people are dying.
Act up, fight back, fight it! Act up, fight back, fight it!
We're here today to mark the anniversary of the plant closing. Last year, Levi's plant closed on Cesar Zamora Street, and 1,200 workers lost their jobs when Levi's decided to move production to Costa Rica. This was at a time when they made a record profit, and yet they closed because of greed. And Fuerza Unida, the ex-Levi workers organized into Fuerza Unida, and we're here to make them know that we're not going to be giving up anytime soon, that we're going to continue to protest until we get the solution that the workers want, which is that Levi sit down and negotiate a settlement on all of the grievances and money that is owed to the workers.
Because we gave them everything we had. We gave them billions of dollars in profit, and still they took the plant and the work to the third country so they could still get richer. They were not satisfied with the billions dollars of profit that they made. They still wanted more. They're greedy. I have a message for Levi's, which is, Levi's, button your fly. Your greed is showing.
Today, going to challenge State Penal Code 230B that says that if a person either engages, offers, or agrees to exchange sex for money, then that is a misdemeanor. So I'm going to challenge that law by offering and by agreeing if anyone asks me. This is the very first time I've done it publicly in such a way and in this is the first time in U.S. history that this has been done in such a defiant way.
And the poor man's special! We're offering for $50 digital intercourse. Digital intercourse, $50, $50. Now that's 15 minutes, and I leave my clothes on. Now this is a misdemeanor that I'm committing, and prostitutes are arrested every day for saying these words. If you nod yes, then you have committed a misdemeanor. Who will join me in this civil disobedience? Come on, you hypocrites. Nod yes, let's see. There must be somebody. Yes, he says yes. Now my point here is that I have ultimate jurisdiction over my body. You know, I notice people think it's very funny and very charming and very nice. But there are a lot of women out there who are being arrested regularly, who are being victimized by the police and victimized by the legislation. So support your local hooker. We're going marching down there. Bad laws, mad laws, all they do is add laws. Cat laws, bad laws, they think of, White man, Asian roll, this Saigon has got to go. White man, Asian roll, this Saigon has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, this Saigon has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, this Saigon has got to go.
The show is racist, sexist, and it's a stereotype images of Asian women. And Asian women have easy, and the white male has easy access for Asian women's sexuality, and the same repetition from the Susie Wong to Sayonara, and until now it's Miss Saigon today. So that's why I'm protesting against it. I'm protesting with my camera. See, this is to record to record what's happening today on Broadway. So we were able to use this material to educate other Asians who are not here today in New York City.
We went inside. We took 2 tickets. It had already started. And it already started. And we went inside and we sat down. We watched for about, I don't know, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And we deliberately waited for Jonathan Pryce to get on the show and start singing, because we had heard that he's actually close to nervous breakdown over the fact that there is so much opposition to this play. And then when he started singing, Mil Young had a whistle, so she started blowing it, and then both of us started yelling, "This play is racist, this play is sexist, we are not slits, we are not greasy chicks." Over and over again. Until finally, and then the guard came and said, "Are you going to continue this, or are you going to have to leave?" And so,
this is the Pearson Post Industries Emergency Creative Response Team Capital Mobile, a mobile Capital replica powered by a Ford F-150 Explorer pickup truck and equipped with 9 color television monitors, a public address station, and 2 Wharfdale speakers mounted in a resonating bass amplification dome. 4 VCRs, a 300-watt sound system, and the 9 televisions are powered by a 3,400-watt generator. The purpose of the Capital Mobile is to provide a mobile rapid response vehicle capable of carrying the multiple monitor audio-video broadcast system, a system used to broadcast Pearson Post Productions public service music videos.
They cut the street lights off, man, so we can't get video. They cut off all the street lights.
Grab on me all you want, brother. For what reason? Go ahead, do what you want. I'm standing here.
A couple of homeless people in a school, okay, turning it into a community center brings this police presence to the point where they're brutalizing our citizens, to the point where people live on this block, can't walk down this block. Okay, how far are they going to push us back? To Brooklyn? Where are these cops when these guys sell Shadow D and TNT over here openly. Where are they? So you mean to tell me that a police presence of this magnitude is deemed by a couple of people living in an abandoned school? It's bullshit.
Hey, what's your name? What's your name? Yeah, what's my name? What's your name? Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. What's your name? Tatiano. 1.
So you've seen some of our ideas for future shows, and we'd like to see some of yours, regardless of whether you have a camera or not.
Yeah, if you'd like to be a deep dish correspondent, just let us know. Write or call.